All right. I'm not gonna do a VOD review from last night, but I'm gonna go over what you guys need to be doing per each hero. I'm just gonna go over one comp. I'm gonna go over the May Reaper stuff that you were doing last night with Double Shield. Dio's gonna be representative as Sigma because there's not a Sigma character. Um, so here's the deal with this comp, right? You protect um, the back line and the front line, and you kind of just live super long, and they can never get on top of you because of main Reaper. Now, in this comp, Reaper can be very, he can kind of just do something a lot. He can flank, he can do a lot of things because he has the mobility to be able to do so. And so you need to be in a position that can let him do that. For example, if they are going through Hanamar first choke, whoops. If they're going through Hanamar first, oh my gosh, dude, I can't figure this out. Sorry, this is my first time using it. Give me a second. Okay. Alright. So if they were to go through here and they're running, say, let's see, sorry, this is scuffed. And they're running like, oops, like a Ryan, Zarya, Pharah, Mercy, and then like a, I don't know, Bab, and I don't know, a Hanzo, something like this, right? It's good versus Double Shield because of the Pharah and the Hanzo that will flank you and try to kill you. So what you do, obviously, you wall off right when he comes in. Yada yada, easy peasy fight win. Now, if they manage to bait out the wall and they manage to you biff your wall, and then they walk in on top of you, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to rotate the point. You want a position that benefits you. You don't want a position that benefits the enemy, right? If they're out in the open, that benefits them. If it's in a closed space, that benefits you, right? Because they have to come to you, right? And if you're out in the open like this, they can surround you with Pharah and Mercy and Hanzo. If Hanzo were to like come through this doorway right here. So if they ever break the choke, you want to go back here. Obviously, this is map specific, but just as a general rule. And then Reaper obviously will go back as well. And then you just kind of sit on the side, both DPS, and wait for them to come in, and then you'll punish them when they come in. And then you just kind of sit point. And this is what's going to happen. They're going to try to surround you like this, right? They're going to have probably Hanzo firing up mid, and they're going to have Pharah on the side. So here's where your hero stuff kind of comes in, right? This is the reason why Sigma's so good, is because you can completely block off this angle, right? And if she tries to go around, then you block off this angle. You pretty much just block her wherever she goes, and you're just a better diva, is the reason that Sigma's run. Right, so that's your job. Sigma is just anti-flank, right? So I'll oh, is that I'm just gonna use Notepad. I'm gonna write down your job and your comp. Right, we'll go through one by one. So Sigma, his job is anti-flank, right? But he also have sorry, I'm struggling over here. They also have massive amount of shield break because each orb does 60 damage, so two of them does 120, so he just does a constant 120 damage, which is just really good shield break. So you use Sigma for the for situations where people try to go around the comp instead of right through it. If they try to go right through it, then you just put the Sigma shield in front and use it as a second barrier. You use it as a second or as a shield pretty much. He's pretty straightforward in this comp. If they're flanking, you basically just, you're the one that goes on top of them, you're the one that deals with them. That's it. If not, you just sit forward and shield break. That's it. Orisa, same deal. Pretty easy. Put down a shield, shoot behind it, easy peasy. If they're running around, you break their shield. If they're running Orisa, you break their shield. If they're running a monkey, like a monkey ball setup, you want to halt inside of the monkey bubble or halt when the ball comes in, because it'll pull him to a center spot, which May can then freeze him and Reaper can, you know, just destroy his face. As for May, you do the same thing as Sigma does. You kind of just wait for them to cross one of these paths, and you wall them off when they do, right? You make it so that they have to come to you, and when they do, you punish them for even doing that, right? So it's not a carry playstyle. If you want a quote unquote like carry in this comp, it's gonna be Reaper. Reaper does the most damage. He's the one that will end up killing people most of the time. Now, as far as these two characters go, Moira's job is pretty obvious. You just heal people. You're just a heal bot. That's all you really do. And then once you get Coalescence, you use it if they're running an Orisa, you use it to break the Mungo. If not, then you just use it to heal your team and damage theirs at the same time. Obviously, because that's what Coalescence does. Now, Lucio, we went over this last night, but your job is to boot people out of the bunker. So if Rein comes in with his Zarya, and we manage to biff our wall again, which shouldn't happen, but if we do, and he comes in, then you just boop him away. Right? So you keep people away as much as possible. You want them outside of the bunker. If they get in, that's where you lose, right? Now, that being inside of like the Orisa shield, if they're just like right here, if he just like moves right here, like behind the Orisa shield, then he's just gonna get melted anyway. But if he manages to go past it, then you boop him back out, right? Oh. So that's pretty much it for this comp. It's pretty simple. So we'll go over a couple situations that you're probably going to run into during the tournament. So we already went over this kind of comp, right? So Sigma just follows around the flankers and puts a wall in front of them. Easy peasy. Same with Hanzo in the same situation. This comp should just beat your Zarya. Pretty much just outright. It doesn't have the flanking power to be able to deal with this comp. Or the frontline comp. Another thing you're probably going to run into is going to be a mirror-ish comp. So something like not that. So something like Orisa, Sigma. What you're probably gonna run into is Symmetra, right? They're probably gonna run a Mei with it. And then Moira Lucio. So if they do end up running this, right, you have the same deal here. You try to wall them off when they come in. If they manage to get through, or if it's a map that doesn't allow a wall off, right? You stick into your position, and then you're going to be fighting one-on-one, right? This team wins the shield break war every single time because of this character. Smile. So at this point, Mei Reaper just loses. You just straight lose to Symmetra, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So it forces you to swap to a different comp. So either the choice is like a monkey ball type situation, or what we were running last night is Doom Ashe. Which you don't have to run, but I would definitely recommend it because number one, Doom is very good in the double shield meta, and number two, so is Ashe. Right? So Ashe would kind of sit up on the high ground and do kind of what Reaper does, but from a distance. So she would be flanking and shooting in and focus and getting Sigma's attention. So Sigma would have to move his shield up here, right? Which means that Orisa shield is left by itself, and then you would break it from here. These two characters, and then Doom would also be flanking, and he'd be flanking, and he'd go on the back line, right? So you have a double flank going on, and then Doom just kind of does his thing and kills everyone, right? That being, actually, wait, give me a second. I give you guys the wrong characters. Whoops. Yeah, scuffed review, by the way. Oh my gosh, I'm blind. Oh my gosh, where's May? Okay. So, if your team, there we go, if your team were to swap to Ashe and Doomfist, then you do the same thing to them, right? You'd be flanking on both sides. You take the attention of Sigma. Sigma would shield the Ashe. You would take your Doomfist, you go in their backline, and you win. Because once you grab the attention of the supports, and once you grab the attention of the Sigma, that means that this pair now wins the shield war against a single Orisa shield and a Symmetra. Doomfist would normally go straight for the Symmetra in this situation and try to kill her first. But once that happens, and once Doom is able to distract Symmetra, and Ashe is able to distract Sigma, you just win the shield war, and you can walk on top of them at that point. If that kind of makes sense. So if you ever run into Symmetra, that has to be the plan. May Reaper will lose every single time with Symmetra. Every single time. So if you could also mirror comp it, right? You could also run your own Symmetra and just try to out smart them and out Symmetra them. Basically in this comp, like in a mirror comp, it's whose Symmetra lives the longest and which Symmetra doesn't die is the team that wins. So if you're going to run a mirror comp, you have to protect Symmetra. She's the most important person in this comp. If that can make sense. I don't think last night was a good showing of your guys' ability to play this comp because you've never played it before. So I hope this helped a little bit. As far as ults go, it's pretty self-explanatory. Sigma and Blizzard pair decently well together. Bongo and Blizzard, and then like Beat and Coalescence, you just use them to, for their basic uses, engage or defense, whatever you feel, is right in that situation. So there's not much as far as like ult combos go, like Goats was. It's a lot less cool, unfortunately. Another thing about this comp is Sigma Rock is also really important to block with shields. Be careful with that. As well as Orange team has decided when a Mei wall is put in front of us, we always shoot the middle pillar. There's 5 pillars and you shoot the middle one and you're able to get through it all together with focus fire. And in a meta with Mei, that's going to be super important to start to do as a team. I don't think I missed anything. If you have any questions, just at me. And yeah, good luck on your game like this.